Hey everybody! So we're going to go ahead and read Tales of the Fourth Grade Nothing. This story was written by Judy Bloom. It has no pictures. So let me do a couple introductions just from the cover art. This is Peter Warren Hatcher. He's the older brother. He's in fourth grade. And this is Fudge. He's the younger brother and he's a nightmare. Let's go ahead and get started. Get to chapter 1. The Big Winner. I won dribble at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. All the other guys got to take home goldfish in little plastic bags. I won them because I guessed there were 348 jelly beans in Mrs. Fargo's jar. Really, there were 423, she told us later. Still, my guess was the closest. Peter Warren Hatcher is the big winner, Mrs. Fargo announced. At first, I felt bad that I didn't get a goldfish, too. And then Jimmy handed me a glass bowl. Inside, there was some water and 3 rocks. A tiny green turtle was sleeping on the biggest rock, and all the other guys looked at their goldfish. I knew what they were thinking. They wished that they had tiny green turtles, too. I named my turtle Dribble while I was walking home from Jimmy's party. I live at 25 West 68th Street. It's an old apartment building, but it's got one of the best elevators in New York City. There are mirrors all around. You can see yourself from every angle. There's a soft, cushioned bench to sit on if you're too tired to stand. The elevator's operator's name is Henry Bevelheimer. He lets us just call him Henry because Bevelheimer is a very hard name to say. Our apartment's on the 12th floor, but I don't have to tell Henry. He already knows. He knows everybody in the building. He's that smart. He even knows I'm 9 and in the 4th grade. I showed him Dribble right away. Look, I won him at a birthday party, I said. Henry smiled. Your mother is going to be surprised. Henry was right. My mother was surprised. Her mouth opened and when I said, just look at what I won at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. I held up my tiny green turtle. I've already named him Dribble. Isn't that a great name for a turtle? My mother made a face. I don't like the way he smells, she said. What do you mean? I asked. I put my nose right down close to him. I didn't smell anything but turtle, so Dribble smells like a turtle, I thought. Well, he's supposed to. That's what he is. And I'm not going to take care of him either, my mother added. Of course you're not, I told her. He's my turtle. I'm going to be the one who takes care of him. You're going to change his water, clean out his bowl, and feed him? All of that? She asked. Yes, I said, and even more. I'm going to see to it that he's happy. This time, my mother made a funny noise, like a groan. I went into my bedroom. I put Dribble on the top of my dresser. I tried to pet him and tell him that he would be happy living with me. But it isn't so easy to pet a turtle. They aren't soft and furry, and they don't lick you or anything. Still, I've got my very own pet at last. Later, when I sat down at the dinner table, my mother said, I smell turtle. Peter, go scrub your hands. Some people think that my mother's my biggest problem. She doesn't like turtles. She's always telling me to scrub my hands, and that doesn't mean just run them under the water either. Scrub means that I'm supposed to use soap and rub my hands together. Then I've got to rinse them and dry them. I ought to know by now. I've heard it enough. But my mom, she's not my biggest problem. Neither is my father. He spends a lot of time watching commercials on TV. That's because he's in the advertising business. These days, his favorite commercial is the one about Juicio. He wrote it himself. And the president of the Juicio company liked it so much they sent my father a whole crate of Juicio for our family to drink. It tastes like a combination of oranges, pineapples, grapefruits, pears, and bananas. And if you want to know the truth, I'm getting pretty sick of drinking it. But Juicio isn't my biggest problem. Oh no. Sorry about that. My biggest problem is my brother, Farley Drexel Hatcher. He's 2.5 years old, and everybody calls him Fudge. I feel sorry for him if he's going to grow up with a name like Fudge, but I don't say a word. It's none of my business. See, Fudge is always in my way. He messes up everything he sees, and when he gets mad, he throws himself flat on the floor, and he screams, and he kicks, and he bangs his fists. The only time I really like him is when he's sleeping. He sucks on these 4 fingers on his left hand, and it makes this slurping noise. Anyway, when Fudge saw Dribble, he said, "Ooh, see?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my turtle. Get it? Mine. You don't touch him." Fudge said, "No touch." And then he laughed like crazy. Chapter 2. Mr. and Mrs. Juicio. See you tomorrow.